Hey guys, hopping on. I know it's late at night and I'm in the dark using the handy lights in the car, so not a super flattering look, but it doesn't matter. I'm here. So I wanted to talk about the mindset shift of surrender. So we actually talked about it in the Magnificent Mastermind tonight, and I was called really hard to talk about it. So sharing here too. So a lot of times, like, surrender is about giving up to someone else, right? Like losing a battle. And so a lot of us have an issue with surrendering. However, one person in the mastermind said it so beautifully. Surrender isn't giving up, it's giving in so you can get more. Oh, thanks. Hey, Vera. And she said it so beautifully. So what if we could shift our perspective on surrender to surrendering to our life purpose, surrendering to the divine, surrendering to our life mission, surrendering our vices, surrendering our self-doubt, surrendering our self-destructive moments, right? What if we could utilize surrender for us? And I love the way that it's actually, the person said it in the mastermind. What if we could give in so we could get more? And I can tell you from my personal experience, that's how surrender has worked for me. And the way that I like to describe it is I have very high expectations. And I know that I can make things to I'm going to tilt this up. I can make things to this level. But why would I settle for that? Because when I surrender, I get so much more. What is this? I'm like, what is that that's hanging? Oh, it's my daughter's, my daughter's Michael Scott thing. So the times that I have been called to surrender and I do surrender, I get so much more than I could have ever achieved. And so for me, my mindset with surrender is now, why would I settle for what I want when I could have so much more if I surrender? And that tends to show up again and again and again for me. So some ways to help yourself with surrender when you're in that moment is to calm and ground yourself, to get yourself into your body. Because a lot of times when we're in our head and our head's freaking out, the best thing we can do is put our energy in our feet or put our energy in our heart, right? Come from gratitude to put your energy in your heart. Yes. Well, and another thing that came up is a reframe of, and the meek shall inherit the earth, right? So meek, a lot of times we think is weak. However, that's not necessarily the meaning behind it, right? Because the language is old. So if we were to kind of interpret it into now, and the meek shall inherit the earth is more of, and those that have surrendered will inherit. So, yeah, it's not necessarily weakness, even though we think it's weakness, because we've been taught that, right? If I surrender, it means I'm giving up and I'm being conquered. However, we can utilize surrender for us so that it's how we get more. And the way that has shown up really hard for me is what I want. My life mission is something so huge. There's no way in a million years I could do it by myself. So I had to learn surrender. I got to learn surrender so that I would be able to work with a team, because as a team, we could create so much more than me on my own being able to create. No matter how good I am, what could I do with a team? What could I do with a team? I know how badass I am. What could I do with a team of badasses? They turned their lights on this, so the light got really, really bright. So that needed to be highlighted. But yeah, so thank you for hopping on. Thanks for hopping on live, Vera. And I'll see you guys again soon. Bye.